It is all coming together. And what I mean by that, basically, using the Pixel Buds for audio for this video and using my Pixel 6 to record it. But in this video, I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the Pixel Watch so far up until this point that I've been using it. And um, yeah, let's kind of get the elephant that's in the room, and let's talk about the battery life. I want to focus on that because I get questions about that a lot. If I say something, like, oh, like I'm able to get 35 hours on my Pixel Watch, and then I get questions of like, how, what am I doing? Am I charging it back up throughout the day? And no, um, I'm not charging it back up throughout the day. As a matter of fact, one, you can't even charge your smartwatch at my work. You're not even allowed to have them out. They have to be placed in your desk, which has a lock, and you have to keep it in there. You can't have it out while you're working. So can't have it connected to the computer's USB port and have it charging. It's not possible to happen. So I'm not charging my watch throughout the day. Like I get up, I put my watch on, get ready for work, head out to work. I'm at work, for 8.5 hours. Basically, the commute home. Sometimes I have to take, the train home. So the commute home is like another 2 hours on that. So I make it through an entire day. I get home, and right before bed, I put this on the charger. And by the time that I go to bed, I'm averaging anywhere between like 37% battery to like 22% battery by the time that I go to bed. So um, that's on an average when I'm getting a lot of notifications and I'm doing a lot of things on it. Like if I'm responding um, through messages using voice dictation. That kind of does it. And when I'm constantly checking the screen, stuff like that, it eats the battery over time. Now, if I'm just doing it like I normally do it, which is just get some notifications here and there, but most of the time, not really anything major on it, and just like, it's on my wrist. I have it to track my steps. I have it to track. Um, I have it to, track my steps, track what I'm doing or whatever, whatnot. I can get 35 hours battery life, so that's pretty good. Um, I'm not one that really tracks my sleep every night. And so if I needed to track my sleep, I can. Like if I'm going to be home, like yeah, I could wear I like right now the battery is at 95%. 95% battery. I took this thing off at about 9 o'clock this morning. It's at 95% battery, but I'm not getting a lot of notifications. So but if I wanted to track my sleep, as I'm not going into work tomorrow, then I could wear this tonight and sleep, track my sleep, wake up, see how I'm sleeping, see what my sleep points are, and then later on in the day when it gets down to like 20%, connect to its charger and just charge it back up. Charging does take some time. All right, it's not fast charging. So some people have reported it takes them like 2.5 hours. I think the longest it ever took me to charge it from I think it's like 18% back up to 100%. It took me about an hour and 40 minutes, hour 45, I want to say. Or maybe I should actually put a timer next to it when I put it on the charger and just let the timer run and then check back on it and see when it's close to 100%. It kind of gives me ballpark figure. Maybe I'll do that in a future review video. Um, but yeah, so battery. It's forgivable. I know before people kind of get mad, start crushing away at your keyboard. It's forgivable because it's a first generation. All right. Google hasn't been making smartwatches for years. They have not. Not like Apple. Like if Apple came out with this would be unforgivable. I would totally slay Apple. If Samsung did it, I would totally slay Samsung. Now, if Google has like 4 or 5 generations of a Pixel Watch and did this for this year's generation, I would slay Google too. Yes, I would. When I'm a Pixel fanboy, I would slay Google over it. It's just because first generation, I get it. Um, what I'm hoping for next year with the Pixel Watch 2, if they make one next year, hopefully it's a yearly thing and not a bi-yearly thing, where it's like, well, you know, every 2 years type thing, because that would suck. But I would love for them to put a much more protected, secured casing around it. I would have loved for this to actually be more flushed, a more flush screen with like an aluminum casing. They could have, like where the bezels are at on this watch, instead of it being glass, if they just made it aluminum and like a matte black finish, um, I wouldn't have mind. And the screen would be flushed into it. It'd be protected because it's on my wrist. And I forget it's on my wrist. That's how light this thing is. And so, I mean, if I throw my hands up and I smack the wall, I'm pretty sure I'm going to crack this display. I have seen Reddit posts and Twitter posts where people have cracked their Pixel Watch, and it's just not pretty. And finding out, I did contact formerly known as You Break iFix, aka Assurion repair stores that are certified to repair Google products, because I did get a scratch. down here. I think I talked about in my last video about the Pixel Watch. I got a scratch right where the bezel's at over here, and I called to see what it would cost to replace the screen if I wanted to, and they don't replace screens just yet. So that sucks. That absolutely sucks. If you do smash your Pixel Watch, you just have to buy another one right now, or put that one in the drawer, wait till Asurion has the parts to replace the display, and then take it in and have it repaired. But um, yeah, so those are the things that I gripe about. Now, the cool thing about the watch, things that I like about it, things I've noticed about it, okay? Audio on this thing is okay. It's fine. If you have it on full blast, it's a squawk box. It's going to be slightly distorted at times. But phone calls is clear, especially if you have the LTE model. Um, Now, a cool thing you could do with the LTE model, if no one's really thought about it, if you don't want to carry a phone with you, you're not really going to be taking a lot of pictures where you're going stuff. You can take your LTE watch and your Pixel Buds and pair them, and you should be able to make phone calls and hear the call through your buds itself without having to rely on the speaker and the microphone on the watch itself. So that's an idea. But yeah, the display, the animations, the brightness, especially when I'm outside in the sun, is bright enough for me to see the display. It's not really hard to see anything on there information wise, and so that's great. I have Google Fit paired to this, as well as today I just created a Fitbit account. That's just because my lady got the Fitbit charge from one of her friends at work for free. Like they just gave it to her, brand new. And so yeah, she's going to set it up tonight and start wearing her fitness tracker. So she's going to use a Fitbit account. I might as well use one too. So I got the 6 month premium free trial for a Fitbit app to track my workouts and stuff like that, which is going to be pretty cool. I have a profile created. I'm gonna help her create her profile. We're gonna link up as friends and see our progress since we're both losing weight together and trying to be more healthier. Especially at my age right now, being 40 years old, I really have to watch my health, even more than what I did when I hit 30. So, yeah, this is gonna be pretty cool. Halloween, I really got to play with the feature that I was like so adamant about playing with, and that's using the watch to take a photo. And what I mean by that is like having a tripod just like this, having it set up on Halloween night. We were all dressed up. I was L for Halloween. I dressed up as this guy for from Death Note, and yeah, we took a group family photo together. And I had my phone on a tripod on the trunk of the car. We stood behind it all together as a family, and I used the watch to zoom in, zoom out, and then take the photo. And that's a great thing to do. If you're a content creator, you're going to really love to be able to use this along with your phone, along with your buds, to really kind of create some content. If you have no one there to film you, doing standing shots at a distance, you'd be able to. With these things, you can walk 10, 15, 20 feet away and be able to sound like you're right next to the phone itself recording a video. So that's big thumbs up. And like I said, the watch is very light. Sometimes I forget it's on my wrist. The stock band is kind of comfortable. I mean, it's not the I'm not gonna say it's the most super comfortable band there is, but it is pretty comfortable. And they got other different bands you can buy. I think the one that I'm more interested in getting is the stretchy band, the one that's kind of like a sweatband for your wrist. You just slide your watch on. And I think that should be fine in retaining its constrictiveness to the wrist to keep it, in one place. Unless you're pulling on it like a bow and arrow, then of course you'll probably stretch it out. But yeah, I want to try that watch band. Just kind of give us one a break. But even if I mean, obviously, I haven't run out and get another watch band because of uncomfortability, because it's pretty comfortable. And so yeah, I think the concern that I have is that's because it's so light, I forget it's there. And if I'm talking, I'm a person that talks with my hands. If you hadn't noticed on this video, you see my hands moving all over the place when I'm talking. And I don't want to be in the moment of surprise and throw my hands up and smack this thing against the wall, smash the display, because again, you break, I fix, aka Ashurion does not have displays to repair the watch. Um, yeah, so I can forgive the shortcomings of the Pixel Watch from Google because it's first generation. I don't hold it to the same standards that I would hold Apple and Samsung because they've been building smartwatches for years now. Something like this should not be in their portfolio of 2022 device and beyond. And hopefully, Google's listening to a lot of us who are talking about the Pixel Watch and taking notes on that to better position themselves for the second generation watch, which I will definitely, definitely get. Um, but overall, I'm really enjoying the Pixel Watch. Like Google, thank you for finally putting out the Pixel Watch. We've been waiting for years for this, and I'm happy that it's now here. Yeah, so that's it. That's it for this video. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comment section of the video. I'll address them in future live streams and such like that. But you know, the last question that I get a lot of is that, do I feel the price point is spot on for the Pixel Watch? And honestly, no. No, not for this. $350 for this, no. $399 for the LTE model, no. I honestly feel like that, like, $229.99 I would have been like for this, and then $299 for the LTE model. And I'm just being real about that. So do I think they're overpriced? Yes. I believe so. But it doesn't matter what I think, because the truth comes in the form of how many people went out and bought it and kept it. That's where the real answer to that question lies. Yeah. So, anyways, thanks for checking out this video. Pretty long, good amount of time, 10 minutes, but hey, thumbs up, thumbs up. If you got a Pixel Watch, leave your experience below for other people to see. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.